welcome back to our blind beer tasting series. Today's the 8th day of qualifiers. My wife has randomly selected 2 beers for today's taste. As you can see, both bottles are fully covered and the beer is ready to go. I will judge these beers on aroma, carbonation, colour and body. However, I have no actual idea what I'm doing, so I'll just tell you which beer I prefer. Let's see what beer B tastes like. It's a very standard beer, nothing's jumping out so far. Doesn't smell too strong. It's got a nice colour to it, nice and clear, not too dark. It's a very mild taste. It's mildly carbonated as well. It's a very mild beer. I don't think this is a full strength beer. It's quite nice to drink, quite easy to drink. I think that might be a mid-strength beer. Let's try beer A. Beer A was fractionally lighter. It smells a bit sweeter, not quite as strong. It tastes a lot stronger though. This could be a full strength beer. B's got a lot more of a full flavour to it. A full flavour doesn't make it a better beer. Just means it. To me, a full flavour doesn't mean it's better. To me, a full flavour means that it's got a stronger taste of beer. It's the sort of thing, you know, you walk into a pub and you can smell the smell of beer. That's what a full flavour means to me. Not quite as easy to drink as B. B went down quite smoothly. B's very light. B may even be a light beer, or if it's a mid then that's definitely a heavy. Conversely, if that's a mid then that's definitely a light. A's not really doing it for me today. It's not as nice to drink. It's not quite as clean to drink. B's got a very light taste to it. B does taste lighter and cleaner. It's quite smooth to drink, but it also doesn't have a very lagery feel to it. It just doesn't quite make you want to sit down in the pub with your mates and have a beer sort of taste. It's tasting very light now. This may even be a light beer, and this may be a heavy beer. I don't think either of these are dries. This may even be a San Juan Mexican beer. It's got a bit of that summery taste to it. I know summer isn't a taste, but if you put a lime or a lemon in that, then it could almost be a Corona. So it's got a summery beer taste to it. B, I think this is a light beer or a super crisp beer. It does taste good though. It tastes very light, very easy to drink. I think this may be Jamesburg Light, and I definitely prefer beer B. Beer A, beer A is very, very strong and overpowering. It's something you might switch to once you're a few beers in. It's a bit rough to start on. And I'm going to go with San Juan as my first option, and possibly Furphy Original as my backup. So let's reveal our loser first. Oop. Good Collingwood stubby holder there. Ooh, I'm a bit surprised by this. A is actually Jamesburg Premium. That's a beer that I consider I actually like. I've actually been to the Jamesburg brewery and I've tried their premium lager, and I've actually brought premium lager from Jamesburg before. It's a beer I generally consider a good beer, but it definitely was lagging behind beer B today. As normal, throw that off, unzip our coopers. Ooh, yes, this is a light beer. Iron Jack, crisp Australian lager, so it's a crisp beer, and it's also a light beer, 0.9 standard drinks. That's really hard to see because it's a white bottle. 0.9 standard drink, so it's not a very heavy beer. It's a mid beer at best. Jamesburg 1.4, so it's quite a strong beer, and I think you could tell in the taste it was very strong compared to beer B. Iron Jack's become a very popular drink very recently. It's sort of popped up out of nowhere in the last 5 years and took over. I am surprised by those results. Thanks for joining me for today's beer review. Our loser today, Jamesburg Premium, was a surprise loser. I usually quite like this beer, but in a blind taste, it wasn't as enjoyable as our winner, Iron Jack Crisp Australian Lager. The slightly lighter drink, mid-strength, light strength beer, was very easy and comfortable to drink. It will move on to our next round. We're now halfway through our round of 32 qualifiers. Hopefully, if my computer skills line up, I'll put a bit of a spreadsheet here of the tournament, and you can see who's won and who's lost so far. Although Jamesburg was our loser today, I'll happily finish off what's remaining in the cup. I'll see you next time.